Shabbat Shalom one more time, and you are welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. The Parashat that we are discussing about this morning is Parashat Shemot. We are starting a new Sefer, a new book, and as I said, it's not that the book of Bereishit, the book of Genesis ended. It's just like it's the beginning of the beginning again. So it's the continuation, so to say, the continuation of the book of Bereishit. So we are not ending; it's just the continuation of it. So, and I subtitle the parasha of this morning as the reluctant servant. The reluctant servant. Moshe Rabbeinu was one like that. You know, we remember most people will say, hey, everybody in our world now, people will say, I am the leader, I want to be a leader, I want to be a leader. So why do you want to be a leader? He has no clue. Why do you want to be a leader? Oh, I want to give command. You go do this, you go do this, you go do this. But I'll just sit down on the throne and cross my leg and eat all the grape and all the apple and the pineapple, you know, and I will have many wives. That is, you know, that is the people of the world. Because they have no idea of saying how to be a leader. A leader is not the person that search for his own. I mean, the ego. A leader is a person that carries the weight of the people. A leader is a man that seeks the betterment of his own people over his own. Like Moshe Rabbeinu. He said, God, remove me, keep them alive. That is the leader. It's not a person that says, oh God, keep them alive, keep them. No. I don't know them, you know. Yeshua did the same thing. Leave them alone. Take me as a sacrificial lamb. That is the leader. But in the world that we live now, most of our leaders, they say, oh, let us go and fight war. We need war. We will kill everybody. But me, I'm not going. I will stay in the White House. My children and my family, they don't go anywhere. But the children of the poor can go and, you know, and die, you know, because they love America. For example, you know, they love this country. But the leader who's supposed to be in the forefront doesn't love the country, no, according to the Torah. But I can go and fight any nation. I will cause war. I will do this and that. Okay, but me, I'm not going. Now I will stay in my bomb-proof shelter, and my children and my family, everybody is safe. You know, but I can tell everybody to go and damn themselves, but not me. What an example of a leader that we have now, right? But in those days, the leader, the lead, you know, that's the leader. He's the first one in the front. He's going to be the one that's going to come and discuss with the soldiers. They say, you are not fighting for me. You are fighting for your land. You are fighting for your wives. You are fighting for your forefathers who are buried in this land. Their blood, their DNA is calling you up to stand firm and fight and defend the land. You are fighting for your children unborn, not me. But we are all fighting. Follow me. I will stand by you and I will lead. So that is a leader. But now it's a different case. I'm sorry, but we are in the so-called civilized world, right? So Moshe Rabbeinu was a reluctant servant. He understood the enormity of the weight of what God is calling him to come and do. He wasn't, God said, hey, yeah, God, I agree with you. Let me just go ahead, you know, and control them and do whatever I want to do with them. No. He was a general in the Egyptian armed forces. And he understood the responsibility of being a general. Not the general that we have now. The same one, the same people that say, okay, the sergeant, the corporals, you know, the lieutenants and the colonel, let them go and fight. But me as a general, I stay in the bomb shed. I'll just be giving you orders. No, the general leads. That's why they call him a general. He leads. He shows example to the soldiers, and the soldiers follow his instructions. And so Moshe Rabbeinu, as we read, learned every wisdom, every understanding of the wisdom of Egypt. So he understood the responsibility of being a leader. And so he said, oh no, God, I think this is hard. And maybe you are making a mistake. I'm a general, I'm not a preacher, you know. I'm a military man. And me, I don't count 2 times. I kill, then I ask questions. I don't ask questions and kill. You know, I kill you first of all, then I can ask you questions as a dead man. So, you know, God, maybe you are making a mistake. Maybe you don't know the right man. maybe you should go and choose another person, not the kind of person like me. And also, by the way, you know, I commit some crime in that land, and I don't think I can go back now, you know. And another way, you know, God, I have my wife and my 2 children, and I'm happy here, you know, as a shepherd. I take care of my father-in-law farm, I mean animals. I am okay. God, please don't push me. Leave me alone. I'm a peaceful man now. I have forgotten all the things that are past. I'm just good for myself now. But he's making a mistake. This week we begin reading Sefer Shemot. For the most part, story or history books are filled with names. We know that Shemot means names, but the irony is that this week Parashat is filled with names, while at the same time displaying a clear lack of names. The question is, why? Malcolm Forbes once said, every story has an end, but in life, every end is just a new beginning. Despite the fact that we concluded the book of Bereishit last Shabbat, the story has not ended. The book of Shemot is just a new beginning, as detected by the prefix "bar" at the first word, which is "vayele," meaning "and these," showing a continuation from that which comes previously. Presumably, the book of Shemot is not only a continuation, but the addition to the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis is the story of the Hebrew people in the uterus, you know, in the womb, while the book of Shemot is the clear birth of the nation of Israel. Nevertheless, it is the individual who makes up the nation. Each and every Israelite, from the rise of a nation in the book of Shemot, is part of an imagined people, both as individual and at the same time as an individual, each of whom together comprise the entire nation. In fact, there is a notion that there are 600,000 letters in the Torah, each letter representing a Hebrew person. To me, since every Israelite has a connection to the Torah, each of us is commanded to be familiar with it in its entirety. To connect to something, we must know it well. There should be a directive to read the Torah at the beginning from Bereishit. What am I saying? Just to summarize all the words I'm saying. I'm saying here is that the book of Bereishit, the book of Genesis, is represent for me the Israelite in the womb. You know, that seed just forming. You know, everything is forming. It's growing. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ear. You know, the head, the brain, all the nervous system. And now, in the book of Shemot, in the book of Exodus, we are going to see the nation being born. You know, the Torah says, "Have you ever seen a nation coming out of another nation?" No. It is Israel is the first nation that God made that comes out from another nation, because God allowed them to be born in what? In Israel. Actually, I will say sometimes that Israel is the womb through which Israel was born, because God matched them together in Israel. We look at the trial, we look at the temptation, we look at the punishment in a negative form. But actually, if you look at it directly with a clear eyes, it's positive. Why? Because without that problem, the people can never ever be one. People are always, they say, the bird of the same feather flies together, right? That is the saying of the world. If you don't have, because you have the same problem like me, I become more familiar with you. Oh, you know what? This pain is not only affecting me, it's affecting all of us. You know what? Let's combine together to make the load easier for ourselves. Because remember, there were 12 people, and these 12 brothers have their own children and their descendants, and people can be, you know, everybody say, you know, I mind my own business, you mind your own business, everybody mind their own businesses, right? But in the furnace of Egypt, the country was formed. the country was smashed like a gold, like a silver is being refined. God refined them perfectly because God knows the task ahead for them. If you can endure this, then I think you can endure the desert. Because I'm not taking you through the short path. I'm going to take you through the long path. So you can see the exercise, the example that God, because God is a God that foreseen hundreds of thousands of years, billions of years to come. So he's forming them, he's testing them, he's making them to become resilient, resistant to every kind of corruption, to every kind of, metal, when they rust, that's what I'm looking for, so that they will not rust. Because God said, if I take them and they see war, they run. They go back and say, hey, I'm going back to Egypt. So that is the idea. I want us to look at it from the positive angle, not from the negative angle. Because yes, it's painful, they've been punished for no reason. The Torah says the land was filled with them. Okay, the land was filled with them. Did the Israelites tell the Egyptians not to burn? No, but there are people, who are well advanced, we are civilized. I'm a PhD in medicine. I have PhD in chemistry and in physics. And so therefore, I don't need children. That's what they tell them today now. Don't marry. Don't have children. It's not good. I saw a person, it's a family friend. He's married, he's getting married, right? And I said, okay, my invitation is I don't need children. So what kind of marriage is this? Only the adults, no children. I said, so in my head I was just thinking, you are getting married and you don't want to see children. For what? Why? Maybe they disturb, maybe they. So if a person wants to marry and he doesn't want to see children, it tells you what is good, something is wrong in the brain. Because if that person is already say I don't want to see children, then he's marrying for fun. He doesn't want to have children himself. So now, if you don't have children, somebody will come and replace you, And when people come and replace you, you're jealous. Why are you jealous? Because you don't want to have children, other people will take your place. So that is the idea, the same thing that is going on here. They say, don't burn. We are educated people in Egypt. We went to the University of Alexandria. That what they tell you, University of Cambridge, Oxford University. We don't marry. No. That is nonsense. I'm an independent woman. That's what they tell. That's a new phrase, no? Independent woman. And I don't know as if they tied the woman in their leg before that the women are not independent from the beginning. I don't know. Anyway, that is their language now. I'm not saying independent woman is bad. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there is no slave women from the beginning, because feminism brings all this idea, So they tell them don't marry, and they don't marry, and they reduce, and the people who they thought are animals, who they think they stink, they are not educated, they are these low class people, they multiply, and when they multiply, they're jealous. Why are you jealous? Why don't you do exactly what they did? It's not a rocket science. It's not hard. Just copy what the uneducated are doing. You do the same thing and then you multiply. But I think to them, it is too hard. Now, let's see. Can you imagine the creator and the master of the universe handpicking you for the greatest mission in the entire history of mankind, and you say, find someone else. I'm not interested. God look at your resume, right? You wrote your resume and God said, okay, I think Deborah fits this resume. I'm going to choose you to do this job. And Deborah said, God, I guess I'm making a mistake. I'm a woman that has too much questions. I don't think you don't like, you would like me to, to be that woman for the mission, because I will feed you with questions and then you get tired and you leave me. So I don't want that. Well, that is what Moshe did. He rejected the offer. God selected Moshe from all the children of Israel to be his instrument through whom God's wonders will be performed and through whom his people will be free. But Moshe refuses the offer. Why? Because he realized the enormity of what is being asked of him and the doubt of what has been asked of him and and doubt his ability to fulfill such a task. Right? It's not a man that say, okay, God, I choose you to be the leader. Yeah, I jump up. Yeah, I'm now the. You know, those people that do me trouble, I will punish them now. Those people that kick me out of Egypt, I will go now and I deal with them because God has chosen me as the leader. Right? I can do anything under the sun. Nothing can happen because I am the leader. No. Moshe was looking at it from the military point of view because it's hard to be a leader. If you make a mess, your platoon or your battalion can do what? Can rise up against you. And when the battalion refuses to take order, the general is in a mess. Because they will say, okay, kill him. He's giving us an order that we don't like. No, we cannot fulfill your order because it's too difficult. And then the general will be in a mess. The general is not alone. The general is not the one I just said and said, okay, do this. No, the general needs the support of the battalion. Without the battalion, it's nobody. It's just an entity, just one. It's nobody. So therefore, he needs to carry the entire battalion along with him. The entire battalion has to understand what our general, what our leader require of us. What is the mission? We have to follow it and we have to be faithful to the mission. And not only to the mission, the main core is the faithfulness to that general because we love him. Because whenever he says something, he carries it out to the least. He doesn't reject his people. So Moshe Rabbeinu understood this and he said, I know what? At this age, at 80 years old, I don't think I'm that young, God, to do. And when I was 40 years, I have the energy, I can do that, But 80 years old now, who is going to listen to this old man? Just let me alone with my father-in-law in this place. Let me do my work that I am doing with my wife and my children. Moshe is fearful that the people will reject him because he's an old man. We need a young man to lead us. We don't need an old man. We need someone who's energetic, who's strong, who can say whoa and everybody will fear, not that old man who cannot speak well. Why? We're going to discuss that in the basement. Rejection on such a scale can be so destroying. God alleviates his fears by providing him with the ability to perform signs and wonders. God said, don't worry. Okay, God, I cannot do this. Okay, don't worry. I do this for you. For the test, it appears that Moshe was of the opinion that the person best suited to carry out such a great mission will need the following three qualities. Because as a general, as a well-educated man, he understood what all those things means. Number one, he said, okay, God, I think the credential of the one who sent him, the name must be revealed to him. He said, God, for me to accept this mission, now I need your credential. I need to tell me who you are. So that when I go to them, I will say, God chose me. They will ask me, what is the name of the God that chose you? Because we don't know who chose you. What's his name? Okay, I'll have an answer to them, right? That's the normal thing. They say, okay, the ambassador of US in Canada wants to go and discuss with the Prime Minister under what authority? Oh, the President of the United States is sending me to you because I am the official representative of the United States in Canada. So I have the right to see the Prime Minister of Canada to deliver the letter of the President of the United States to the Prime Minister of Canada. That is it. So that is the idea, the same thing. So I need your credential, oh God. I want to tell me what is your name so that I can tell them that this God sent me, because there are lots of gods in the universe or lots of gods in Egypt. So I don't know. So let me know what is the answer for me to tell them. Secondly, he said the ability to establish one's authority. Remember that Moshe was telling God, you need someone who has unblemished records. Whose record is very, very clean. Remember, because, they call me a murderer. I just keep saying, so 40 years ago, I don't know, maybe they still remember. So I need somebody, who clear records, solid record, who his record is clean. Just God say, okay, don't worry, I will find another thing to do with that. What did because God give the ability to perform wonders for Moshe. God said, don't worry, your record has been wiped clean. That is a thing in law that they call what's the name? They call it when let's say somebody commit a crime, they sponge, they remove, they clean all the record, so you can they remove all your records. Okay, your record is clean. You can become like no crime in your record. So that's exactly what God is. So God said, okay, by this time you know I've cleaned your record. Do the sign, and the sign was done. And the third one was this: the ability to represent the case in an eloquent manner. This Moshe could not do because what? Because Moshe was a stammerer. God said, Moshe was telling God, yes, God has given me the two one, but the third one is, if I stammer, Pharaoh will not take me seriously. I need someone who is eloquent. The lawyers, successful lawyers, the first thing that they do is they teach them how to speak, fluently. If you don't know how to, like me, I can't speak fluently. You need someone who can speak fluently, non-stop. With your word, you control the mind of the judge. You control the mind of the jury. Yeah, man. This lawyer knows his work, his business, and anything. Okay, yeah, you can manipulate the mind of the people through the word of your mouth. This is a problem. Moshe cannot do this because he's a man. He cannot speak for them. And God said, don't worry, I have an answer for that. Your brother, who is an eloquent speaker, who understands, will go to say, oh my God. You know that everything that God has given him all the answers one by one. So therefore, you have no excuses that to say, oh, I don't want to do the work of God. Moshe need not worry for all that Moshe lack. God will provide. You need not worry for what you lack. The Holy One, blessed is He, will provide one by one. Don't say, okay, because I don't have this, then I can't serve God. Because I don't have this, I can't be an instrument of God to do good. No, He will provide for you those things that you lack. You see, God has already chosen Moshe for this great task as the quality that quality that Moshe regarded as being essential to fulfill such a task were not those that God was looking for. Because we as a human being, we have our own, what we, this is it. But God has His own criteria. The criteria of God is always different from the criteria of a man. God is willing to take fishermen who are not educated as the disciples. Why did he go? Do you see that no well-educated people in Israel? Of course, they are there. God can go and use them. So the same Torah said, I will use nothing. The thing that the world rejected, I will use them as a great sign so that you will know that I am God. Because those people that are in the university that have all the degree in the world, they might come and say, oh, it's because I was educated. It's because of my knowledge. It's because I'm smart. It's because I have wisdom. That is why God is choosing me. No. Israel is not the greatest nation in the world. Israel is not the most populous nation in the world. Right? They are just one tiny entity. But God said, through these people, I will bring salvation to the whole humankind. It is not because Israel is righteous. No, zero righteousness. It's because God is righteous. God is trying to use them as an example to the whole world that through these people, I will bring salvation to my people, to my entire children under the sun. So therefore, there is no place for you to be proud. Hey, because it's me. No, there is no I, there is no egoism in this place. Everything is humbleness before God. And this is exactly what God required from Moshe. Moshe was looking at the job description and thought he wasn't qualified for such a job, because for this kind of things to happen, since God wants me to be a preacher, since God wants me to be a rabbi, since God wants me to be his servant, I need to go to rabbinical school. I need to have a degree. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It matters a lot, you know. But God is saying, I choose you. I'm going to teach you what to do step by step along the road. Don't worry. Just put your hope, your entire trust in me. I carry you through. So, as the employer, which is God, God saw in Moshe the potential of his greatness. Even if Moshe didn't see that, God has seen that long time. In 3 times, Moshe has proven himself a man of action. A man who was not afraid to stand up for the right of the oppressed. You see, he wasn't afraid to stand up for the right of the oppressed. He stand up firm and he said, this iniquity, this transgression, this sin will not pass. Number 1, he saw the Egyptian maltreating the Hebrew friend. It's not because that guy was an Hebrew person that he defended him. No, it has nothing to do with that. No, because people have this idea, oh, because he found himself as an Hebrew, that's why he's defending a fellow Hebrew. No, it has nothing to do with being his kinsman or being his blood person. No, absolutely zero. What he saw was that the punishment that the Egyptian was employed on this man who is very, very weak, who is the man who is already at the point of death. Why are you punishing the man? Is already dead. Leave him alone. He can't even do nothing. He can't even reply back. He can't even speak. It is completely injustice. Leave him alone. Right? Let him live. Don't kill him. And that's what best him say. You are so strong. It's like a man who is 35 years old or 40 years old, in his prime, beating a girl of 10 years old to death. I mean, come on, that is not right. It's not because that if it is a man like a man and a man 40 years old, Moshe will just deal with yourself. But that injustice that he saw, this is not right, and this can be proven by when he went to work to Midian. When he got to Midian, the men were maltreating the women, the sons of Jethro, when they were about to do what? To feed their sheep and their cow, whatever they have there. Moshe went down and defended the weak ones. It's not is the daughter of Jethro. Are they his king's people? Are they his blood? No, because he saw that injustice that you men beating women. It doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Let the respect the woman. Let the woman go first. You are the man. You can wait. You have power. You have energy. Then let the woman go. Then after that you can go. If there were 2 men fighting, Moshe, okay, deal with yourself. But he saw that those injustice that is not right. That it is not because the Hebrew person is a Hebrew person. No, it's just because the way the Egyptian is maltreating that helpless man is not right. And it happens that the helpless man was a Hebrew person. So he thought he doesn't like injustice. He doesn't like bad things. He wants to do justice and what is right. And so he has proven himself many times that yes, he is a man of justice, a man of righteousness, a man who will not close his eyes to see evil. And he just, you know what? Okay, I don't care. It's not like what we have in today's world, right? If it is my friend, I speak. If it is not my friend, whatever, I don't see it. Or some of us now, the most honest thing, we even take our phone and we video it. And we put it on YouTube. And we put it on Facebook. Let's laugh, See what is happening. It doesn't even make sense, right? So, but we have to stand up and defend the helpless. Defend those who cannot defend themselves. God did not want an end product. God is interested in the kernel within the man. The kernel that will grow while the task is being fulfilled. A deep sense of justice and righteousness. God is not interested in God is not interested in the end product, the already made man. I'm already made up. Because God saw me because I have a big chest, I have a 6-pack. That is why God is choosing me. I need to be like in some religion. They need to have a picture that is sexy for them to prove their point. That okay. So the Savior is a sexy man, so that it can be attractive. that people can come to him. No, God doesn't need that. God said you are going to grow in the job. God doesn't need you to have. God wants you to have an elementary basic understanding. Yeah, and He's going to teach you that basic understanding. As you continue in the job, you grow in the job. You begin to show the essence. You begin to show who you are on the job. That is what God is looking for. Not that, oh, I'm the most righteous person in the world, that's why God is taking me to do this job. No, you might be the most sinner, and God will use you. God will improve, but you have to have the what? The will to improve yourself. If God can use a donkey to speak to Balaam, why you say God can use anybody? If God can use the riding to feed Eliyahu, God can use anything. He is God. See, right? So you are not the one to decide for God that God cannot use this person. No, it's God. He can do whatever He wants to do. But it is not the ability to sympathize with the oppressed and the downtrodden in a society, or even high world that God wants from us. It is the willingness to act upon the conviction that He needs from us. You see, some people say, oh, poor man, poor woman, poor person, and that is it, and they go. That's not what God is looking for. God is looking for a woman, a man, a boy, a child of action. That you are going to see injustice and you speak. You stand and you speak. You stop it. You don't just say, oh, okay, oh, I can't do it. You look at it on one side and you follow the other side. God doesn't need such a person. Oh, you feel pity. God doesn't need your pity. God needs your action. Do something. A man comes, oh, Madam Pierre, I need bread. And you have the bread at home. You say, oh, you know what? Pray. Because the Torah says you should pray. When you pray to God, and you can even go fast. But the man is already fasting. Because he doesn't have the bread. That means he's not eating. Right? He said, go fast again. Fast, and God will give you another bread. But God has given the man the bread already because you have the bread in the house. So go, break the bread into two, give it one part, and see if God will not feed back the one that you caught. See, God needs action. God doesn't need us to pity them. No. Do something. Stand up. Do action. And then when you do that, you are glorifying God. When you are doing that, you are helping the image of God. When you are doing that, you are helping God Himself. When you do that, God will take note. Oh, he's a man of action. He's a woman of action. Right? The lion came, wanted to take the sheep. David went. Boom, no, you will not take my sheep. Go take another person's sheep. My own, no way. He stand firm before the lion and he kill the lion. God said, wow, this is wonderful. He's a captain. He can lead my people. If he can sacrifice his life for a sheep who is not a good human being, oh, this guy can lead my people. So that is the idea that God is looking. Not self-pitying people on the street. Oh, pity you. No, do something. And then God will take notice of you. And as with Moshe, we too must stop the excuses and realizes that the ability to perform a divine task on earth is already within us. That is it. It's inside here. The ark is inside here. Everything is inside here. Most of us, we look outside. Let us go and look for the ark outside. Let us go and look for God in the place. Oh, God is on the mountain. God is in their days. God is in the room. God is. They deceive you with all kinds of work. God is up. Right? Everybody is running to go and look for God. But God is inside you. It's within. Just don't stop looking outside. Try to look inward, inside you. Look. He's just there, waiting for you to open the door. You open the door, He comes in. So you lock the door and you're looking for Him all over the universe. While He's just right there inside you. Right? People say, everything that you're looking for, right? All over the world. You run everywhere in the world, it's just right there like this. Just because you don't want to see it. Just right there. It's not in London. No. It's not in Jamaica. No. It's not in Bahamas. No. It's right there in Montreal. It's right there. It's not far away. I need wives, you know. I need my husband. You know, I need to go to South Africa to go and get a husband. Okay. I need to go to some faraway land in Australia for me to get my wife. Because you know the Australian, for example, they are very cultured. I'm just doing it. They are cultured. They believe the same thing I believe. La 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 la. You know, the Canadians women, they love materialism. I don't like Canadian because everything is materialism. I'm telling you, that wife that you're looking in Australia is just right there. It's just there in Montreal. You don't have to go all the way down to that place. Ask God. Believe. Trust. You are going to find it. It's not far. So this is the idea. God doesn't need an already made up project. God wants to make you up so that you have a testimony to give. So if you're already a made up man, which testimony are you going to give? You start telling people, I, everything is I. But God doesn't want that. God wants that product that is not even done at all. Mold it, change it, prepare it, nice. Then you can come and say, it is God's power, not mine. If you see me yesterday, and now you are seeing me now, and you know that I'm different from yesterday because I live among you, and you can see my way of life yesterday, but now today is a different way of life. It's a testimony. Your life, you don't even need to speak. Your life is a testimony to them. So they say, oh, this guy yesterday, man, he was a armed robber. So you're just an example. I'm just giving an example. But today, he's preaching the word of life. That's what God is looking for. Not already made a product. Parashat Shemot, the reluctant servant. Most of us are reluctant, but the only one that's choosing us for a particular purpose. Let's rise up. That thing that we're looking for outside is within. Let's bring it out. Let's refurnish it and beautify it. And God will help us. Shabbat Shalom.